Joining us today on MSUEagles.com is Jonathan Mattox. He's been a graduate manager for Morehead State men's basketball the last 2 years, recently promoted to a full-time position as Director of Operations. And Johnny, first and foremost, congratulations on the new position.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm very excited. My wife's very excited. It's just special opportunity to get to stay on staff here at Morehead State.
Let's kind of rewind and talk about kind of you growing up. I know you spent a lot of time in the state of Georgia, but take us back to your college days and tell us where you were. And I know you played 4 years of college basketball.
Right, yeah. I started my college career at Anderson University in South Carolina. Played there, ended up transferring closer to home to Emmanuel College in Georgia. NAIA school, and we had a really good team my senior year. Went 26-8, ended up winning our conference tournament championship, going to the NAIA national championship. So I played for a really good head coach there. We had a really special team. I finished up there, and my head coach at the time talked to me about joining his staff as an assistant. So I was fortunate enough to do that, stayed on staff for 2 years there, and kind of got my foot in the door in the coaching world.
Tell us a little more about those 2 years as an assistant coach. What specifically were you working on, and was that kind of the beginning of you thinking about this long career in college athletics?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience. I was at the NAIA level, so I got to do a lot. I got to do a lot of scouting, a lot of recruiting. I really got to be on the floor and work with the guys one-on-one or in groups, what have you. So I really built my experience there and kind of came here and wanted to expand on that.
So we move ahead to 2013 when you originally landed here at Morehead State as a graduate manager, working on a second master's degree and getting involved. I guess it was year number 2 with head coach Sean Woods and his staff.
Yep.
But talk about kind of what originally attracted you to Morehead State and the situation here, and why you chose to accept the position when you were offered.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I was at the NAIA level, and I was really trying to get my foot in the door in the Division I level. So I kind of reached out to some of Coach Woods' assistants and built my relationship there. And fortunately enough, that relationship turned into a GA spot here at Morehead State.
We've seen you do a lot of things here in the last couple of years. We know how hard you work. We know you're such a good guy with good character and have lots of positive relationships here on campus. But for the viewers out there today, why don't you highlight a couple of the areas that have taken the bulk of your time here the last couple of years?
Yeah, well, I tell people my job is to make our head coach and our assistant coaches' lives a lot easier. So anything and everything they need done, I step up to the plate and do it. A lot of what I'll be doing more so now is a lot of behind-the-scenes work, day-to-day operations, travel logistics from, booking buses, flights, meals, hotels, all that type of stuff. Serving as the academic liaison to our academic personnel over in the Eagle Center and trying to make their lives easier, and then working with our camps here, Sean Woods basketball camps here at MSU.
Tell us a little more about those camps. I know you're right in the middle of them here for the summer of 2015. I know in past years we've had camps with younger ages, but I know the high school team camps keep you busy at this time, don't they?
Right, yeah, our team camps are big. They're big for us. We get a lot of teams from all across the state, not only Eastern Kentucky, Lexington, and this year we're actually starting to draw more and more teams from Ohio and West Virginia. So we have one coming up this weekend, but those are big for us. They're all team camps. We host varsity, JV, freshmen, 8th grade and 7th grade, and it's just games throughout our facilities, and we kind of set up and go from there and do a good job with the coaches and answer any questions they have. But they've been good for us in the past few years we've been here.
This past year you worked with head coach Sean Woods, and the assistants were Dylan Howard, BJ Ellis, and Preston Spradlin. Martise Moronis was another graduate manager with you.
Right.
What are some of the lessons you've learned here in recent years, whether it's work ethic related or building relationships with the players or building relationships with people across campus? I mean, what kind of jumps off the page at you as you continue to develop as a young coach?
Yeah, just the camaraderie among staff and players. Coach Woods is all about trust. So just learn a lot of those lessons about trust, loyalty, people, relationships. I think that's what it comes down to. whether you're coaching or teaching or doing whatever. It's all about people. It's all about relationships. And Coach Woods is great with that, and that's something I've kind of taken from him and kind of implemented into my role.
Let's talk a little more about the past couple of seasons and the personnel that we've had here in the program. Obviously, there's been kind of a theme the last couple of years, an unfortunate theme, lots of injuries to work through, but nonetheless, the team is well above 500 for the 2 years combined, a couple of OVC tournament appearances, college basketball invitational postseason appearance 2 years ago, and this past year, potentially 4 guys moving on to play professional basketball overseas. So I know you've been around and been able to directly interact with some quality players and some quality teams, and I know your hope is that will continue and continue to build here in the future.
Right, yeah, we've had a good run these last 2 years. We won 20-plus games 2 years ago. Got off to kind of a slower start this past year, but, we were right there in the thick of things versus Murray in the OVC semifinals. So it's been a great run. We've got, 6 returners back. We've got a great incoming class of recruits that are really going to get us over that hump potentially. So I'm definitely excited about the future of Morehead State men's basketball.
What kind of message would you send out there to the fans or anybody watching this video today just about reasons to be involved and support the guys moving forward? I know that good things are happening off the court too with a really solid team GPA. Men's basketball was one of many teams that performed community service not too long ago. So I guess you see the personal side of these guys, and the overwhelming majority of them can do a lot more than just play basketball.
Absolutely, and that starts from the head man down. Coach Woods is big into that, especially community service. We went to the soup kitchen a few months ago. He was great up there. He's really big into community service projects. Like you said, our team GPA since he's been here has been one of the highest, if not the highest, in men's basketball history. So he wants to create a well-rounded individual, not just a great basketball player, but you got to have a great attitude, be great in the community, and be great in the classroom. And I think people are drawn to that because when they come here, they're going to see an exciting style of basketball on the floor as well.
And I guess finally today, Jonathan, if you had an opportunity to give some advice to maybe a younger coach, somebody currently in high school or college is thinking about this profession, what kinds of things would you pass along to them?
Obviously you got to work hard. That's number one. You got to work hard. You got to get out and build relationships, expand your network. But I think some of the more important things, you got to stay loyal to the people you work for. In this profession, you got to have patience. That's one of the biggest things I've learned. A job opportunity will show itself sooner or later. So, just work hard, stick to the day-to-day process and have patience, and something will work out for you in the end.
Well, a lot of people know him as Johnny Basketball. We don't have Johnny Manziel here. We have Johnny Basketball. It's Jonathan Mattox, the new Director of Operations for Morehead State men's basketball. Johnny, congratulations to you, your wife Katie, and your entire family.
Thanks again, Matt.
All right, we'll have a full release on MSUEagles.com on this new promotion, so be sure to check that out.